Paramour, and I'm here today not as a racist. I'm here to represent, firstly, my great-great-uncle who died under the Australian flag. On the 18th of May this year, I heard that a terrorist flag banned by the UN, the flag of the Tamil Tigers, was being flown on Australian soil. I didn't believe it. I alerted the media, they didn't believe it either. So I flew there and took this photo myself. When they touched the terrorist flag and then they touched the Australian flag, I became outraged, stood before them and called them terrorists, to which they assaulted me, breaking 2 of my bones. Since then, I've started a petition to the Australian government to have this terrorist flag banned in Australia. If the petition is successful, they will be committing a criminal act if they raise or worship this flag. On this night I took this photo. There were little tiny girls holding out trays of flower petals, worshipping this man here. This man here gave an order to his troops: do not waste bullets on babies, we can't afford bullets, pick them up by their feet and smash them dead against the walls. And I have eyewitness statements that have seen that happen. So far I've got 2,500 signatures worldwide on my petition, but I need more. I need people to understand that terrorism is not about race, it's not about religion, it's not about a reclaim of land. Racism is about power and only power. And these people that are running these terrorist organisations, they only care about their own personal ideologies. They are megalomaniacs, they are murderers, they're not after land, and they're not after us to convert to their religion. I'm here not just representing the Sri Lankan children that died, but 30 years they suffered atrocities. For 30 years the terrorists would go out and blow up buses with school children on them. Then they went to their own homes of their own people. Look at these posters here. Look at their soldiers, little girls, 10 and 11 years old, taken off in the jungles, kidnapped from their families, no education, no healthcare, forced to fight. If they tried to escape, they were tortured and they were executed. This man here was their president, Mahinda Rajapaksa. After 30 years, he threw his hands in the air and he said, enough's enough. We're going to be genocide if we don't do something. So he ordered that the terrorists be killed. Now the world's accusing him of being a war criminal. When he stopped the war, he got rid of the terrorists. Now, a country that was destined to be a third world country, they're prospering, everybody has food. He forgave. All of those child soldiers have been exonerated from their war crimes. And they're trying to get ahead and rebuild their country. This is President Mahinda Rajapaksa at the Chogam. He opened the country to Australian diplomats. He said, go anywhere in the country, enter any building. There are no torture chambers, there are no raping tents, there are no white vans going through the streets kidnapping people. And as a result, our government came back and returned 500 asylum seekers who weren't asylum seekers. They were potential terrorists who, now that the war's over in Sri Lanka, they are escaping to other countries. Not escaping persecution, escaping their war crimes. Now here's the evidence. Look at what they've done. These are children. Now war, what I've been taught, war is a soldier against a soldier. Going into a school and blowing little children's heads apart, that's not war. Smashing babies against a wall, making their parents watch, that's not war. It's all about power. These people wanting to gain power for themselves. So I'm here today. Anybody that would like petition sheets, I will send them anywhere in the world. They can email me on LOCKNOWS@gmail.com. My name is Diannah Paramour. I live in southern Tasmania. Despite a threat from the terrorists that they are going to kill me, I'm still here today. I'm going to other states, and I will, until they get me, walk anywhere I want in my country, because I was born free, and I'm no longer going to sit back and be the coward that I was and hope that the police are going to end terrorism, they're going to protect us, hoping the government will do something to protect us. That's not going to happen either. We've got to get out from behind our computers and say, okay, I'm going to do something about it myself. I am not a racist person. I have 5 grandchildren with blood from all over the world. I'll accept anybody into my home to share our table, but not a terrorist. How do we know the difference? What's the difference between an asylum seeker and a terrorist? Well, you have to judge by their actions. When I went to the Springvale Town Hall at Springvale, Victoria on the 18th of May this year, I thought I would go and offer them a peace plaque. They didn't want my peace plaque. They said, tonight's not about peace, it's about war. And when I stood before them, asking them to admit that they were terrorists, then they assaulted me and broke my bones. So I got my answer that night. They're not these little asylum seekers sitting on a boat. They are terrorists and we need to protect ourselves. Now, if we didn't need to protect ourselves from them, what are all these police doing here today? What are they doing here today? They're not here to protect us. They're here to spray us with pepper spray in case the anti-racist people come along. So I have much more to say. I can talk for 4 hours, but that's about the gist of it. All I can say is that we have to knock down these barriers of things happening in other countries. It's not our business. Whatever happens overseas is our business, because we're all linked, we're all brothers and sisters, and if we don't help countries like this who are standing up to the terrorists, then we're all doomed. There'll be no humanity left. So that's all. Thank you very much.
Why should
Bye for now.